I had no idea my grandfather was dead until I got the letter in the mail. I thought maybe my parents would tell me, because they'd probably be organizing the funeral. We weren't close. My grandfather was a quiet type of guy, smelled like chapstick all the time, and he had this affinity for taxidermy that really freaked me out as a 6-year-old. The letter was handwritten on old paper, the kind of paper that smells a little musty. Dear Shiloh Monroe, congratulations! Your grandfather has died and left you the business in his will. Please come by as soon as possible to claim your inheritance. Hello? Who even goes antiquing these days? Ah, okay.
Who are you?
Oh, hey!
So, you're Shiloh?
Was that meant to sound insulting?
You took your time showing up, is all. Place hasn't been open for a few weeks, so there's a lot of new stock. I thought you'd be younger.
I'm only 25?
Your grandfather said you were our best bet if we wanted to keep the shop open.
Why would he think of me, though? We're not even...
sweetheart, I wasn't that close with the guy. Come with me. I brought something in that you need to look at.
What's your name? I mean, since apparently you work here.
I never said I work here. I'm a supplier. That's it.
Oh, okay.
And call me Tempest. Newest recovered artifact. I'll leave you to it.
What do I do with... And she's gone. And she took my letter. Great. What the hell, Grandpa? You left me in an antique store? You think I know how to run a business? And who even was that? Ugh! Fine, I'll play along, but I better get some real answers soon. A porcelain clown doll. I mean, it's kind of pretty in a creepy way, but I don't know who'd buy it. What am I even supposed to do with you? Place is a damn dump. Guy must have been a glorified hoarder. I'll just put you on the counter. I find it at an estate sale, hidden behind a rack of vintage dresses. The woman who owned the dresses was old. So old, I hear, that she had no friends left. She was alone in this big house, and the organizers told me that she definitely didn't die in here. There was no body. The house just stood empty one day, imposing itself on the countryside and pretending to be lived in until someone, a grocery store clerk, a church friend, a bingo rival, realized she was missing. And I know not every old person plays bingo, but it's a more comforting thought than the house standing empty for years. Bills unpaid, water and electricity being turned off, silent and dark and for nature to reclaim. And there it is, hidden behind all these dresses. I'm a collector. I have shelves and shelves of porcelain in my house, and I sit in my chair and I sip my tea, and I stare at my little treasures with pride. And you, my dear, will be its newest addition. There's something about the way porcelain catches the light. It brings its form to life, and my shelf is full of living curiosities. The delicate ballet dancer inhales like she had just been woken from a long sleep, and she kicks her feet and points her toes and pirouettes 1, 2, and 3 times across the beam of yellow glow. The little birds come to life and sing to one another. They count their tiny eggs and display their painted feathers vainly. Thin teacups beg to be drank from, intricate designs pulling my gaze so carefully in. And there it is, perched at the end of my shelf, and looking back at me with as much reverence as I looked at it. The doll had no expression, but the tear it shed filled me with such sorrow that I had to look away. Why are you crying? I wanted to ask. What could bring you such pain that you can only cry? It isn't a happy tear, and it can't be mistaken for one. With every winter comes aching joints, but it would be a waste if I didn't go on my daily run. Today, though, my legs are stiff. They crack and pop with every movement, and my bones feel fragile, and I can barely get a light jog going. My breath wafts out in front of me, and I realize that maybe I'm getting old. How many cold breaths of mine were trapped in the atmosphere, forming the clouds and the rain and feeding the trees? Perhaps it's time to consider retirement and settle down in my home to trap my breaths with me. And then, when I die, I'll be surrounded by the things I love. Who would come find me? Perhaps a grocery store clerk, a church friend, a bingo rival. I lie on the snowbank, the cold seeping into me. My legs ache and tremble. It's time to go home. When I die, I wonder where my possessions will go. All these things I claim as my own, my collections, my clothes, my books and diaries, they're truly useless to me. I'm clothed now, but in my grave I will need only my prettiest blouse. I'm reading now, but after I'm gone I can't keep my novels from people who'll need them more. And my collections, well, they're more than just nice to look at. I have no will. I have no family. I will let go of all the things I hold dear. Holiday vacation gives me an excuse not to go into work. I sit on my chair and knit my scarves for my coworkers. I ignore that I am unable to stand. The teacup at my side has been long empty, and the fire could use more wood, but I stay and knit, unwinding my yarn until I see the tail end being eaten up by my needles. And then, when I run out, I unravel it all. I pull apart the stitches, slow and calm, winding the yarn ball back up until there's nothing left. I catch a glimpse of my legs, white and smooth, before I begin the scarf again. I'm getting thirsty. Maybe I should be grateful. I feel not a thing, though I know I'm being eaten up from the inside. I guess that's why I'm not afraid. To be part of my own collection, it seems, is where I was going all along. I know now that I'm transforming into something. From my chair, I can see the doll looking at me. I'd set down my knitting needles long ago, the stiffness of my hands becoming too cumbersome. A half-finished scarf lies across my lap. I'm getting thirsty, and that's what scares me. I may be dying, but it's painless. Soon this thirst will become unbearable, and then I will die in a much less favorable manner. Maybe, I ponder, maybe it'll stop the transformation entirely. Maybe it'll keep me from reaching my full potential to what I was truly meant to be. I heave myself onto the floor. My bottom half is useless. The kitchen feels so far away, and as I drag myself, I wonder how I'll reach the sink. I lie on my flooding kitchen floor, staring up at the light above me. The broken pipe under my sink spews water. Am I going to suffocate? Am I going to drown? I can't move, I can't feel. Porcelain replaces my skin and turns me into a fragile shell. I become the thing I love the most at the cost of... I cry until my face becomes stiff and my nose becomes clogged. I can't breathe, and lungs that I don't have scream at me until the sensation becomes a dull ache. I don't know how long it takes me to become submerged. I hope somebody finds me soon. There. You look nice there. Oh my god. What time is it? Jesus, was I just standing there for an hour? What the fuck? I'll come back tomorrow.